ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूगं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य मआणिस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि हृदं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्माम अवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा जिह्वे पिबस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति। हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति। हे So last week we were seeing last week we were seeing the state of Arjuna in his condition of hysteria or hysterical coma, the way Gurudev describes it in the latest psychology textbook, the way it is defined. It's also called anxiety neurosis, by the way, just another name for the whole symptom. So we were seeing in the 0 hour, or 0 hour means when the first arrow has not been shot, and in the no man's land, first when Arjuna talks to Bhagwan Krishna and says, take my chariot there, Bhagwan only takes the chariot and stops there. At that time, Sanjay is describing the whole situation. Because both charioteer and the person sitting on the chariot doesn't have to talk anything. Because it's like what do you talk now? Krishna is taking the chariot, you just watch that. So as a commentator, Sanjay is talking at that time that Bhagwan took this, did that. Now he explains first what Arjuna's mental condition was at that time. The moment he saw his relatives, what happened? Arjuna stopped seeing enemies now. He started seeing kith and kin, the way we describe it in English now. relatives or whichever way. He stopped seeing enmity completely. He lost that track completely on that point in time. And at that time, Arjuna starts describing his condition to Bhagwan. Bhagwan seeing them. And Bhagwan also did what? Placed the chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona to show them the whole thing. So we were seeing there last time. And Arjuna describes his condition by seeing them. The moment he starts seeing relatives, his anger, his anguish, his revenge taking thing, everything is washed off in one go itself. And he says what? He first describes his physical symptoms which is seen from his body. That's what he describes first. And every person who goes through hysteria, the first thing when he goes to a doctor, he will start describing his symptoms physically first. Because that's very easy to describe. They can be seen by other people also. So he says few words there. Sidanti mama gatrani, shlok number 29 and 30. Sidanti mama gatrani, my body is losing balance. And what is happening? Mukham cha parishusyati, my mouth is becoming parched. Then vepathuscha sharire me, my body is trembling. Roma harshascha jayate, my body is having horripulations. He described 4 symptoms there. Then he comes to the next point. His dearest bow, Gandiv, he says, because this is all physical symptoms he's talking about. Gandivam sramsate hastat. My bow, which is my dearest Gandiv, is slipping out of my hands. It's falling out of my hands. Tvakcha eva paridahyate. I am having burning sensation in my whole body, on my skin. Then che, nacha shaknomi avasthatum. I am not able to maintain balance of my body. I am not able to stand firmly. I am not able to place myself firmly. Bhramati vacha me manaha. My mind is whirling. Chakkar aa raha hai mujhe. My mind is whirling. I am getting a whirling sensation from there. Then he describes into his next portion, which is 31, which we came now. Now what happens is, once you have described the physical symptoms, these are all physical symptoms you can do. He says, Bhagwan, may I rest now? I'm feeling like I need rest. I want to sit down because I can't place myself, I can't stand and all those things. When he sees, Bhagwan didn't pay a heed to his whatever he blabbered from his mouth. He didn't say, oh man, just come here. Let me just hold you tight. He did not get any kind of consoling from Bhagwan at all. When Bhagwan didn't pay heed, Arjun turned his attention to his mental maladjustments now. Now the next portion in the same 31 onwards is like his mental maladjustments, where his mind has now gone away from. What happened now? He says, Nimittani cha pashyami. This is where we left in the last class, 31 and 32. Nimittani cha pashyami, viparitani keshava, nacha shreyo anupashyami, hatva swajana mahave. And then he says, to continue from there, na kankshe vijayam krishna, nacha rajyam sukhani cha, Kimno Rajyena Govinda, Kim Bhoger Jiviteneva. This is where we stopped last time. See, in Sanskrit, Nimitta has got many ways to describe. Actually, Nimitta means cause. But cause doesn't fit here. I used the word in the last class, symptom. It's very easy for me to describe that way. Nimitta is symptom. He's seeing symptoms which are adverse to what he's going to do in the battle. So actually another way to describe in English is omen. You use the word omen, but I will not use the word omen completely, but symptom, omen, whichever way you can take. He's saying, Bhagwan, I am seeing not right omen of this for this war. I don't think we are going to win this at all. He suddenly has started becoming superstitious in nature. Now what happens is, when a man is undergoing the situation of hysterical coma, or anxiety neurosis, whichever way you call it, what happens to him is that he suddenly becomes a little off hook. He loses the power of discrimination. In his mental agitation, in his situation of chaotic situation which has happened in his head, and in that agitation, he is started becoming to go to the side of superstition completely. He is not superstitious in nature. Huh? Arjuna has never been superstitious if you read Mahabharata. But suddenly what happens? He has got this feeling that he wants to run away from the war. Not to run away from the war, he need to explain Bhagwan. Now see, listen to this very carefully. Bhagwan is sitting as the charioteer. And Bhagwan is greater in his valor, in his divinity, in his effulgence than Arjun by any chance. So Arjun is sitting there in the chariot behind Bhagwan, or Bhagwan is facing him now because of this condition. But without Bhagwan's approval, Arjuna cannot go anywhere. Why? Why? Because somebody has to take the chariot somewhere, no? And Bhagwan is driving the chariot. Arjuna is not driving the chariot at all. So, even to take Arjuna to move out of the war, he needs Bhagwan. Who will drive the chariot to take him out of the war? He knows that without Bhagwan's approval, I cannot do anything. Now he is stuck, and Bhagwan is not giving any reaction. He is not even trying to console him at all. He is not even telling him, you come and sit, go rest, I will take care of. Nothing doing. Bhagwan doesn't give any heed to what he says at all, completely. So he says, Bhagwan, to move into the next piece of the argument, he says, Bhagwan, aham vipiritani nimittani pashyami. I am seeing adverse omens, adverse symptoms. I am seeing completely those kind of symptoms which are not good for the war. Now he is not talking about here winning or losing omens. He is talking the omen for the war completely. Bhagwan, the kind of omens I am seeing, it seems even we are going to die along with them. This is the kind of omen science is trying to bring up, so that Bhagwan agrees to him that let's move out. Okay, let's leave it here. We have tried best. Now we'll see what needs to be done. We'll go and see what they will say. बाद में देखेंगे क्या करना है. So he says, Bhagwan, aham vipritani nimittani pashyami. I am seeing completely adverse omens for this war. So what happened? Now there is one word, why I brought back to this shloka 31 is, there is one word which I want you to underline. Because I will bring this word into your notice in every chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You see here, there are two portions which we talk about in Sanatan Dharma. Shreya, Preya. ये दो शब्द ना हमेशा ध्यान रखना. These two are very important to know because this is our core of Sanatan Dharma. Man can choose to work for his Shreyas or Preyas. Now what is Shreyas? That which is supreme good for you. What is supreme good for you? We have all arisen from the self and we have mistook ourselves as this body, mind and intellect. So our supreme good is for us to go back where we started our journey from. We are one unit which came out of the self, and Bhagwan gave us individuality not to get stuck into this individuality. He gave us this individuality so that we can, and whatever karmas we have acquired, we can fulfill them, go and realize Him and go back and merge into Him. This circle you need to remember. That is why you will see every planet is round. Round means what? Wherever you started the journey, if you follow that circle, you will come back to the same place. In the same way, all jivas, I'll use the word jiva or soul, the way you use it in English, all soul, they started the journey from the Supreme Self. Their journey will end only when they join the Supreme Self. Now then, the question should arise, what is this mumbo jumbo of life we meet? We have, get into married life, husband, wife, kids. What is all this going on? See, everybody is an individual in itself, a complete unit in itself. You will remember, there is one line which I say at the end of the class. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Means what? Everything in this cosmos is complete in itself. Purnam. Purnam Adaha, Purnam Idam. Idam means this whole world. This is also Purnam. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From Purna, from a complete, whatever comes will always be complete in itself. Then why do we feel incomplete now? Why do we run after so many things in life? And just imagine when we look at the world, how many people are really running after achieving the self? We don't see many people doing that. We don't see many people even having focus towards that. Forget about reaching there. Forget about whichever life they reach. They're doing nothing towards it at all completely. What people are running after, that's the second portion. The second portion is preyas. Preyas is that which is dear to you, which is an object of your liking. Okay? It is not good for you. It is an object of your liking. I will tell you from 18th chapter, Bhagwan will come when he talks about Satvik, Rajasic and Tamasic Sukh. He'll talk about in that chapter. See, I'll tell you, Bhagavad Gita in itself is a complete text. If you study carefully Bhagavad Gita, completely in entirety, and even whatever pieces you get, you are able to live it in your life, trust me, you have to do nothing to get complete in your life. Completion in totality I'm talking about. Shreyas I'm talking about. So, Bhagwan will say at the end also, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. It's a little bit misunderstood also. Bhagwan, what he's saying is very differently, very deep science he's talking about there. So ultimately, where we started from, if we do not reach there, we are not complete it at all. We will have to take that route of Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Punarapi Janani Jathare Shayanam. This is from Bhajagovindam it comes. We will have to again take birth, come here, fulfill Vasana, acquire new Vasana, go back. Again come back, fulfill those new Vasana, fulfill and acquire new Vasana, go back. Till when will you complete your circle? There is no end to your circle at all. You have to realize one fact, that you are not what you have understood yourself to be. That is what the journey of Bhagavad Gita is all about. To make you reach yourself. It is not wanting to make you reach the world. So Arjun says here, Bhagwan, see carefully the word what he uses. Nacha Shreya Anupashyami. Hatva Swajana Mahave. In 31st slok he says, Na Shreya. I don't see any supreme good in killing my own people. Hatva Swajanam. My own people. Our own relatives. I don't see any supreme good in killing them. Now why I told you to underline this word is, see, when I look at Bhagavad Gita, I told you, Arjuna's personality is really mesmerizing. It really mesmerizes you. Why? Imagine 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, not even one place, even in Vishad, Arjun has never used the word prayer. He uses the word what? Nacha Shreya Anupashyami. I don't see any Shreyas. I don't see any supreme good. Why? As a personality, Arjun is so focused that all this is temporary. I told you ना, क्या कहते हैं हम लोग तो रंगमंच के खिलाड़ी हैं. We are only acting. Do your acting, but don't get caught up in your role. If an actor, like I'm giving an example, if Amitabh Bachchan someday gets this misunderstanding that I am a coolie only, then his life is done. He acted in Coolie movie and moved on. Actor has to act and move on. In the same way, we all have to act our role. But listen to me very carefully. Just because it's acting doesn't mean do a mediocre job or a low-lying job. Act well. We all can act well in this life and come out as the best actors award given by Bhagwan at the end. We can all get it. I'm telling you from here only. We all can do it very well. But don't get caught up in your role. Have your focus where? On that supreme good. Supreme good is what? Reaching the self. Reaching that self you can call by different names in different places. You can call them God, you can call Krishna, you can call Bhagavan Vishnu. You call whichever name, it's the supreme self only. You can call Lord Shiva, you can call Devi. There are a million names. It's according to our intellect. They have given different name because somebody may like something, somebody may like something, because there are so many human beings. Everybody cannot like one same ideal. It's not easy to comprehend like that. Our Puja Swami Subodhananji used to say one thing very clearly. Somebody went and asked Swami Subodhananji that, oh, Swamiji, you say that, God is formless. Then why do you ask me to worship Lord Ganesha, Krishna and all these people? The Swamiji said one thing very deep and profound. Swamiji asked him in reverse, are you with form or without form? So this man got stuck. Swamiji, I am asking about Bhagwan and you're asking about me. Swamiji said, answer my question. In your vision, are you with form or without form? He said, Swamiji, of course I am with form. I have this body and all those things. If you have a form, first negate your form to negate the form of God. You cannot comprehend the formless God till the time you have comprehended yourself as in form. That is the reason why Sanatan Dharma has given a list of mantras, prayers, deities and pujas and all those things to make you understand, man, you have to first negate your form. The moment you become formless for yourself, you will realize the formless God. Till you are in form, you have to go with form only. That is the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, the way our Rishi Muni culture has given them. Arjuna here, he knows his supreme good very well, even before the war. He's been a good archer. He's very good in warfare. He's a good fighter. He is very talented, no doubt about it. But through all this, he knows his supreme good also very well. When I look at Bhagavad Gita, I'll tell you one more thing. It is true that Arjuna came to know the full glory of Bhagwan, full divinity of Bhagwan. In his full essence, he understood after Gita. That's true. But that doesn't mean that Arjuna used to think Krishna as one of him. Please don't misunderstand that. He always used to know that Lord Krishna is somebody different. He may not know his full divinity by the time Gita came. Of course, his divinity is shown in this only. Bhagwan himself describes in 11th chapter and all those things. He shows to Arjuna. He may not have known his full divinity. He may not have known his full grace, full glow, full strength. But Arjuna always knew that Bhagwan Krishna is not a human like him. He is definitely different. That thought always prevailed. And what is the proof of it? The proof of it is Arjuna has many instances where he's seen the divinity of Bhagwan. Where did he see the divinity of Bhagwan? When they were in the exile in forest. There were many instances Bhagwan's divinity was seen. There were instances where Pandavas used to struggle to have their meal. Bhagwan gave one Akshay Patra to Draupadi. He gave one Akshay Patra to Draupadi. So how can somebody who's not divine can give something divine to them? So it's not that Pandavas didn't knew about the divinity of Bhagwan. Even Draupadi's Vastraharan, who saved? She knew that her husbands cannot save her. She kept the hand up and called Lord Krishna. And first time in any avatar, Bhagwan took the avatar of a sari and came and wrapped around Draupadi. And Dushasan did not understand what the hell happened. Whose divinity is this? Lord Krishna's. They had to go through Lakshagraha. They were poisoned. Everything was done. Who saved them? Bhagwan Krishna. They knew his divinity from beginning. They knew that he is somebody different. He is a divine being. They may not have understood his full glory by then. That's okay. That's fine. But when Arjuna went to ask for Bhagwan's help for the war, and Bhagwan said, you have two choices. Me without any weapons or my Narayan Seva. Arjuna did not even wink. He did not have to think once. He asked, what are you talking about, Bhagwan? Of course you. Who wants weapon with you? Why do you need weapons? And when you are there, I don't think even we need weapons. What are you talking about yourself? I have no doubt, Bhagwan, you give Narayan Seva to them. I need you. He had that divinity in mind. That is why he had been such a favorite disciple of Bhagwan. Can you imagine? I'll tell you one more mesmerizing fact of Arjuna. Bhagwan as a guru was available to only two people. One is Arjuna to whom he gave Gita. One is Uddhavji, whom he gave the whole Bhagavad. Bhagwan has been guru to only two people. Why? He was God. He could have taken so many classes. He could have taught so many people. He didn't do that. Why? Because to get Bhagwan as a guru, the Shishya has to be something special. Arjuna had that speciality in him. That's what is seen in Bhagavad Gita here. That's why I keep on saying that personality of Arjuna is so mesmerizing. In a situation where he's in Vishad, which in English I might define as depression, nostalgic situation. Imagine what he's saying. Nacha Shreyo Anupashyami. Bhagwan, I don't see any supreme good in this fight by killing our own people. And he says, I'm seeing bad omen. Then he says in the next line, there are in the 32nd shloka, you should take it in two portions. One, he says, na kankshe vijayam Krishna, na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Before that, I'll tell you one more thing. In the Nimittani shloka, he uses the word Keshava. Keshava in literal sense means the one who has got beautiful long hair. Bhagwan used to have long, beautiful hair at that time. So imagine, the reason I'm bringing it out, I told you, every name has got its importance. The reason I'm bringing it out here is that he is talking to Bhagwan Krishna as somebody, as a friend. That's why he's bringing his physical attribute here to explain and address Bhagwan Krishna. Here he's talking as a friend. Any friend, when one person goes into depression, may ask another friend for a crying shoulder or for a support. He is talking to Bhagwan as a friend here. That's why I use the word Keshava in that. In the next shloka, 32nd, he addresses Bhagwan twice. You see, first he addresses in the first line, na kankshe vijayam Krishna. He again uses the word Krishna. He again addressing as friend. Okay, Krishna, because he keeps calling him Krishna any which ways. Actually, Krishna means Karshati iti Krishna, the one who attracts. Attracts what? One who attracts all your sins and makes you pure. That's the actual meaning of Krishna as a word. Anyway, so he uses the word Krishna here. He says, he lists down 5 things which everybody in this world desires. I'm listing down those 5 things for you. The 5 things are need of everybody. So he starts, because he's a Kshatriya, he starts first with Vijayam. For a person in the army or a Kshatriya, victory is the biggest desire of him. He don't want to lose battles. So he says, Bhagwan, na kankshe. I don't desire victory. Huh? You have been Kshatriya whole your life. What are you talking about? You have been a Kshatriya. What are you saying? You have been desiring of this victory for so long. You prepared 13 years for this. And here you're saying, you've reached a situation, you're saying, na kankshe vijayam. I am not desirous of winning one. Then he lists down the next thing, which is also a desire for everyone. Rajyam. I will use the word Rajyam as kingdom, but it's also used as power. You use the word as power also. Kingdom means power. No, you are a king. You have more power than other people. You have subject-object relationship between people that way. So everyone else becomes your subject when you become a king. So he says, Nacha Rajyam. I don't. You should take it this way. Na kankshe Rajyam. I am not desiring even victory or kingdom also. I don't want a kingdom also. The third thing, which is a basic desire of everyone, Sukham. ठीक है? Rajyam is a different word. Sukham is a different word here. Sukhani cha. Not even, I don't even desire happiness. Now let me ask you a question. Everybody in this world lives for happiness?
Yeah.
And I will use one word here. If somebody gives up life also, that is also for happiness. Happiness is a basic need of everyone. We acquire things for happiness. We give up things also for happiness. Happiness is a basic need of everybody. And Arjun is listing down here and says, Na cha sukhani. I don't need Bhagwan, I'm not desirous of happiness also. What are you talking about? He uses in that line word Krishna. In the next line, he uses the word Govinda. You see, Arjun has got his memory working very well. Huh? He uses Govinda for a purpose there. I told you, I explained the word Govinda in last time. Gam Vindati iti Govinda. The one who is protector of Vedas. Cows is the literal meaning, but protector of Vedas. The one who will be protector of Vedas will himself be very well versed in Vedas. Right? Of course, he must have the knowledge of Vedas because he's the protector of Vedas. So here he uses the word why? Because Arjuna is trying to mock spiritual achievement here. He uses the word Kim no Rajyena. What good is this Rajya for me, Bhagavan? What are you talking? Do you think man has reached anywhere by achieving kingdoms? See, he's using the word Kim no rajya na Govinda. What use is this kingdom for me? Then he uses the other word, bhogaihi jivitenava. What use is bhoga? Bhoga means enjoyment in life. What are you talking about? Even if I eat food also, it is for enjoyment only, no? It is for my, just imagine, food is only for nourishment. But can you eat tasteless food then?
No.
It is for nourishment. Nourishment becomes secondary, taste comes first. Isn't it? See, nourishment we should all look for, no doubt about it. We should definitely eat enriching food, nourishing food, because one portion of food becomes our mind. The subtle aspect of food becomes mind. That's why Bhagwan has given one full chapter on food. It comes at the end. We'll come whenever we reach there. Bhagwan describes what is sattvic food, rajasic food, tamasic food. He's described it so well. He says, because if you want to, cultivate sattvic, faculty of mind, if you want to cultivate sattvic virtues in mind, you cannot think that you will have tamasic food and your mind will become sattvic. It will not. Spirituality is a lifelong sadhana. See, sadhana is a must in spirituality. I must tell you this thing. How much sadhana you do depends on you. You can slowly, gradually grow. You can do some later on. You can do that. But let me tell you one thing very clearly. Knowledge you will acquire, the more sadhana you have, the more knowledge you will acquire. In spirituality, that's a simple funda. It goes hand in hand. So many people say that, when we pass out of a batch after studying 2 years, 70-80 students pass out of the batch in 2 years. But 70-80 are not equal to each other. Why? Some has different sadhana, some has different sadhana. Jiski jitni sadhana, uski utni achievement. Spirituality mein, meditation is also one of the sadhana. Bhagwan will talk about it going forward. He will talk about karma yoga as sadhana. He will talk about bhakti yoga as sadhana. He will talk about yoga as in dhyan yoga as sadhana. Then he will talk about sannyas yoga also separately. Gyan yoga. Gyan yoga he will talk about. 4 yogas he will himself talk about. All this is sadhana. Depending upon man's inner making, he should pick up the sadhana which appeals to him the most. He is not saying all of you follow this. He is not going to say that. But he will say one thing for sure. Whichever sadhana you may do, whichever yoga you may do, at the end you will have to come to Gyan Yoga. Without Gyan Yoga, you cannot achieve the self. What class we are taking, it's part of Gyan Yoga. But remember, sadhana has got its own importance, and sadhana only cleans up your inner equipment. Cleans up means what? उस पे बहुत सारी बाहर की वर्ल्ड की काई जम गई है, उसको साफ करने का नाम है spirituality. See, please remember, spirituality is not giving you a new thing. Spirituality is only helping you leave the things which you have mistakenly acquired so that you can achieve the thing which is already there with you. You don't have to achieve the self from outside. Self is already inside you. What has happened is, there is a wall which has been created between the self in you and the inner equipment. And what spirituality does, brick by brick, it starts breaking that wall. What will happen once the wall is broken? You will have a clear vision of yourself. That is what is spirituality all about. Spirituality is not giving you a new self, is not acquiring something from outside. ये spiritual science की बहुत बड़ी चीज समझनी चाहिए. तो Arjun here says, he is mocking spirituality here. Bhagwan, you are the protector of Vedas. You must be knowing this. I am not telling you something new. What use has kingdom been to anybody till now? He is mocking Bhagwan here, saying that, Kim bhogair, bhog karke bhi logon ne kya achieve kar liya? What people they may have biggest luxuries in life, they may enjoyed abundance in life. What did they achieve at the end? One day,
they will go finish.
Life over.
But the journey was beautiful. If we have good things.
Which journey?
Life journey. It becomes easier. Going by a cycle would be difficult. If you have a car, it becomes
very good. See, that's the point. See, the thing is, let me put it this way. No, let me put it this way. It depends. It depends on what? See, there are some people, when they work for when I'm talking about Shreya here, they are working for or achieving things so that they have a private jet to go into the next life. You may have a private jet here, you can achieve for a private jet there. I'll tell you one thing very beautifully. Our scripture says, your own ahuti comes as air hostess to take you into the next world. They say, ehi vadanti iti ahutaya. This is a shloka which comes in our Upanishad only. Says, whatever good deeds you do, they become your facilitator to the next life. That is why punya has got so much of importance in our scriptural world. See, there are two portions of achievement. One is, you can work for luxury here, 60, 70, 80, 90 or 100 years of life. Okay, let me just take it that way. 100 years of life. You can achieve that. Or you can work for a luxury if you have many lives to come till then, or you don't even need a life and a luxury also. You have the luxury of becoming self of all. Gurudev, when we talk about Guru Parampara in our scriptures, they say when Guru go, he becomes Brahmalin. He becomes Brahmalin means what? He becomes one with the self of all. That's why for Guru you just need to remember he will manifest inside your heart and give you the knowledge. What I am talking here, I am not talking out of something learned or something. It's my devotion to Guru which speaks through me. That's all. Because I am devoted to him. Full stop. So the same way Arjun mocks here and says, Bhagwan, you have read scriptures, you are a protector of scriptures. You tell me what good is actually achieving a kingdom for us. What good is bhoga? What good is even life? What good is life if you could not reach 1 inch closer to yourself? Let me just ask it this way. I'm saying 1 inch. I'm not saying achieving the self. If you could not even make an effort to move 1 inch to yourself, closer to yourself, what really use life is? That's Arjuna is asking, right? So he listed down 5 things here. Vijayam, victory. Rajyam, kingdom. Sukha, happiness. Bhoga, enjoyment. And jivan, life. These are the 5 things which we all live for. See, man becomes fearful when he thinks that his life is in danger. Life is something which everybody wants. Everybody works towards protection of it. Somebody kills also someone to save his life being lost to that person. That's the way man behaves. So he says correctly here, saying, Bhagwan, I'm not telling you something new. These are not required to live in life. Hum to dal roti khate, that's all. What do you require? We just go and live. These things are not required. Now Arjun comes into the next argument, 33rd. He says, Yesham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha ta ime vasthita yuddhe pranam styaktva dhanani cha acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha Matula shvashurav pautraha shala sambandhinastata yesham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha taime avasthita yuddhe pranan styaktva dhanani cha acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha matula shvashurav pautraha shala sambandhinastatha. Now, see Arjun, see the goodness of Arjun. He uses the word Yesham Arthe Kangshitam. I desired these things for these people. I didn't desire for my personal individual enjoyment. Bhagwan, I mistook the war. I was desiring this victory, this Rajya, kingdom, happiness and all for who? These people. And what happened to them? Kyesham arthe kangshitam. And he listed the 3 things here. Rajyam, bhoga, sukhani. He says, Bhagwan, the kingdom, the enjoyment and the happiness, I was desiring for them. And see them, see the fate. Those people are standing in front of me. And I have to kill them. Bhagwan, what do you want me to do? Those people for whom I desired these, they are standing there ready to die. and you are telling me to fight the war. What do I do? He says, Ta ime avasthita yuddhe, those people for whom I desired all these things, they are all arrayed here in front of me. What? Pranan tyaktva dhananicha. By giving up the desire for their own life and wealth, they are standing in front of me to get killed. And you are telling me to kill them. I am sorry, Bhagwan, I cannot do it. They are my kith and kin. I suddenly lost all the enemy thought completely. Everything gone. All insult gone. All the conspiracies they driven against them, everything washed off. Even the insult to Draupadi is gone. And now he is talking that I desired these things for them. Now remember one thing, he must have been looking at Bhishma, Drona and Kripa while saying this. He may not be looking at Dhritarashtra right now. But yes, when he is talking about kith and kin, he is listing down everyone, including Duryodhana and everyone. Now he says, Bhagwan, and when we look at this shloka, we need to remember, he is addressing both sides. Both sides, my kith and kin are standing. What is a man if he only desires everything for him? What kind of a shameful life that will become? That's what Arjuna is listing down here. Bhagavan, I am wanting to win all these things so that I can serve Bhishma Pitama. I can do his pada seva, his love. I can serve his feet, lotus feet. I can serve Dronacharya. I can serve Kripacharya. That is why I am desiring all these things. They are going to die. What am I going to do? Five of us will be left alone, sitting. We will see each other and enjoy these things. Only 5 of us are going to be left in this war. They are all standing in front of me. Then Bhagwan must have given a completely blank look. Bhagwan was standing like a sphinx, like a Egypt mummy, no reaction at all. See, one way, when a patient of this kind of a hysteria comes to a person, you have to let him exhaust his options first. Let him feel exhausted. Because he is in a mode of argumenting already. He is in a mode of winning something. Winning the discussion, winning the argument. He is in the mode that he wants you to say yes and move on. But one thing very important we need to see in this. Arjun is so beautiful in his personality here. You see, since Bhagwan is not nodding or anything, Bhagwan has got that ever beautiful smile on his face. Now you know, if somebody is in depression and he's saying something to you and you are in your smile, that will irk you more. Isn't it? Imagine he is saying about his depression conditions and you are smiling in your glory. So Bhagwan must have irked him somewhere. But he knows one thing. See, he chose Bhagwan as a charioteer of his life for a purpose. Here it shows, if we choose Bhagwan as our charioteer in life, trust me, he will make sure that every weakness of ours is weeded out completely. And we remain victorious ever in life. That's why the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Sanjay says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shrihi Vijayah. Wahan Shri or Vijay. Shri means some wealth. Wealth and Lakshmi is what is called Shri. Shri means his victory or wealth will always be there, and victory will always be there with him. Where? Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha. Where the Partha is Dhanurdar, Arjun, and what charioteer is Bhagwan Krishna of your life. See, choosing Bhagwan in life as your charioteer also needs lot of purity. Everybody can't do it. I told you in the last to last class, Bhakti has got 2 definitions. Just because you know God is here doesn't become Bhakti. I told you in that thing, Astikta and Mamatva, they both combine and become Bhakti. Just because God is there and He rules over everyone, I know Him, that doesn't become Bhakti. That is called Astikta. I believe there is somebody called God who is supreme. That's only Astikta. It's called faith. Astikta is what you call faith there. Mamatva. when I know that Bhagwan is there, He is supremely powerful, He rules over the world, and I also have this additional feeling that Bhagwan belongs to me. There, that me has to be there. That Bhagwan is my personal God. He is personal to me. That combines and becomes bhakti. That's the start of bhakti. Then the sadhana and other things to reach Him. Here Bhagwan, when He says in this 18th chapter, no, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Even thinking that point is so difficult. How can you leave every duty of yours, surrender it to Bhagwan, and take a refuge in Bhagwan completely? Try, even think of it for a moment. Unless and until you have that sadhana, you have that bhakti in Bhagwan, you can't do it. You will surrender things only to that person whom you love. So bhakti is the starting of love for Bhagwan. He is mine. I know whatever I do, He is always there to protect me. And I will never shake from that thought. It will come over a period of time. Then He becomes charioteer of your life. When He becomes charioteer, you will definitely win. There is no doubt about that fact at all. So He says, they are all arrayed here. What should I do, Bhagwan? Now in the next line, He is trying to, give a conclusion. So Bhagwan must have given a reaction. Who are you talking about, Arjun? He must have given a blank look saying that, which people are you talking about, arrayed here, given up their life and all. So Arjun lists again those relatives which he listed few verses back. There he said, no, Tatra Pasya Sthitan Partah Pitru Natha Pita. He lists down again here. Now you see here, that listing is different from this listing here. What happens now? He first lists Acharyaha, my teachers. Why he lists teachers here first? There he listed Pitru Natha, Pitamahan and all those first. Acharya came later on. Here he lists Acharya first. Because in his depressive condition, in his is that condition where he's on that neurosis condition, he has that devotion in him. He has some amount of knowledge which is fructifying and becoming what is becoming here. He is talking out of knowledge. So he gives first credit to who? Acharyas who gave him that knowledge. Because he knows one thing, I have no discriminatory power left. My intellect is completely, my emotion is completely divorced from my intellect. I'll use the word that way. My mind is running on its whims and fancies altogether. It's completely divorced. So still if I'm talking from some knowledge, it has to be given by someone. So he first gives credit to Acharya. So he said, Bhagwan must have asked, list down who are you talking about? He says, Acharyaha. He's talking about my teachers are standing here. Then he says, Pitaraha, my fathers. Then he says, Putraha. Then he uses the word Putraha. He says, is sons. Then he says, Cha Pitamahaha, grandfathers. He uses the word there. Then he says, Matulaha. Matula means maternal uncles. And says, Shashuraha, father-in-laws. Then he says, Pautraha. Pautra means grandsons. Shalaha. Shala means brother-in-laws. He says brother-in-laws is what is meant here. I think Hindi word they use Sala or something from this only. It must have come from this. It's in Sanskrit word used Shala. Sambandhi Nastatha. Please remember, even Shakuni was a Sala only. That way. Yeah, and I'm just putting the word correctly so that places. नहीं ये मैंने नहीं कहा आप उसको दूसरी तरफ मत लेके जाओ. I didn't mean that way. I meant their advices needed to be taken carefully but with your intellect. That's what I meant. They may be advisors. Good or bad is not my everyone is not good also, everyone is not bad also. There are all kind of people, but you should use your discriminatory power. Actually, you should use your discriminatory power in everybody's advices, except when God or Guru advises you. At that time, you should have faith first. Use your discrimination later on. Because many times Guru may say something which is completely adverse to your experience. Okay? Completely adverse. Your experience may say something different. He may say something completely different. But if you have faith, you will be able to see what he is saying, even though you are not able to see it in the beginning. If you have faith. So it's up to you. You can decide you want to see first and then have faith, or you want to have faith so that you can see the unseen. If you want to see the unseen, faith comes first. That's why Shraddha is placed at a very high pedestal in our spirituality, spiritual sciences. You need to have Shraddha. Guru who says he has got no personal interest in saying what he is saying. If the Guru is right, he will only say so that you get connected to the text. I used to say one thing, that's also God's grace, I used to say that. When I was in Patiala also, I used to say, when the first class when I went, it's not come out of my own thing. I don't know how God made me say it. When I went to Patiala, I said this thing to them. Please remember, don't get connected to me. Connect to the text which I am teaching you. I told them Patiala. They said, why? Why are you saying that we should not connect to you, we should connect to the text which you are teaching? Because I am not permanent anywhere. I may come and go, but your text will keep you alive. So you should connect to the text, the knowledge which is being taught. For that you need to have complete faith. So Arjun knows that very well. So he says here, Pautraha, Shalaha, Sambandinaha. They are all what? My kith and kins. They are all my relatives. Then he goes to the next shloka where he starts talking about, in 35, he says, Etan nahantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim nu mahi krute etan nahantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim nu mahi krute. Now since he is not getting any stamp or approval from Bhagwan as his charioteer, he is forced to conclude in his own intellect, because he is not able to make it firm in himself that he is saying right or not, because Bhagwan is not giving any acceptance to that, whatever he is saying. He is not giving any reaction also. So internally in this confusion, Arjun is concluding, Etan means these people, present here, arrayed here, Etan na hantum ichhami. I am not desiring to kill any one of them. Huh? You came to the war for a fight. Now imagine a war is fought at the border and an army person suddenly stands up and say that I'm sorry, I think I am not interested in killing any one of them. I'm very good. You are not interested, but the enemy is very well interested in killing you. So you decide whether you want to live or die. He will kill you if you don't kill him at that point in time. So he says, Etan na hantum ichhami. Bhagwan, I am not desirous to kill them at all. These people arranged here. I am not desirous to kill them. Acha Arjun. Then he moves forward and says, Bhagwan gnatopi. Even if they kill me. Wow. Can you imagine? Gnatopi. Even if they kill me, Bhagwan, I am still not desirous to kill them. So Arjun has given up life. He's lost interest in life. Actually, you know what has happened? This mental condition of Arjun has completely shaken up his motivation. He's completely lost motivation. He has completely lost the faith in his skill also. And his mind is wandering into some area of misconstrued knowledge. He is thinking he is talking intelligent from scriptures. But actually he is not. He is talking from misconstrued knowledge of scriptures. I'm sorry, for a Kshatriya, scripture never says, even if they kill you, get killed. Don't fight. Never ever. Kshatriya's dharma is very clear. He has to fight. Till his last blood he has to fight. There are, I'll tell you one thing very honestly. Now, since, the movie world has changed a lot, so many, heroes who fought and get awarded posthumously at border and all, they've started making movies in their name. I'm not sure how much up to fact that movie is, but even if you see some of these movies, you will realize military life is not easy. It's not easy at all. It's very, very tough, very tough. Many a times in some movies they show that it's not one time. They, in that one war itself, they fight till their last blood, even after being shot also. And that's why they get awarded these awards. I have to literally salute each person posted there. Whether war happens or not, that's a different thing. But their life is at stake every day. It's not easy to give up life. They also have family. They also have folks to look after for. They also live and want to share happiness with their family. They earn for them only. See what that earning takes them where. They end up giving their life for that ideal. Many give their life for their ideal only. You see Vikram Batra, you can say Sandeep Unnikrishnan. There's so many names I can list down straight away from there only, on whose name now movies have also come up and they have been shown like that. So that is why scripture says very clearly, if somebody dies in the war field, that Yodha, I call him Yodha, the way it's called in Sanskrit, Yodha will definitely get Swargagati. He will definitely go to Swarga for sure. He doesn't have to do other punyas that way to reach that stage. We people have to work hard, do punya, many other things to reach there. They reach directly there. That's how their life is given up. So he says, Etan na hantum ichhami gnatopi. Even if they kill me, and then he uses the word Madhusudan. Now this is very interesting. He's addressing Bhagwan as Madhusudan. He's saying Bhagwan's name Madhusudan came why? Because he killed this Rakshas named Madhu and Kaitab. Sudan matlab marna. ठीक है? Bhagwan, he is addressing Bhagwan by that name. Why? He says, Bhagwan, you may have killed. Because he is saying, even if they kill me, I don't want to kill them. So he has to address Bhagwan with such a name. You may have killed Madhu and Kaitab, Bhagwan, because they were enemies. But these, Swajanam, my people. Madhu Kaitab was not your personal friend or anybody, so that even if he kills you, you get killed and don't kill them. You may have killed Bhagwan, that's not a thing. You have killed, I'm accepting that fact. But here, Bhagwan, they are not enemies, they are my own relatives. So I don't feel like killing them, even if they end up killing me. And then he says, he uses further as an argument, he says, Api Trailokya Rajyasya. Even if that killing, Bhagwan may not have given any reaction. So he is furthering his argument saying, Bhagwan, even if you give me the kingship of 3 worlds, Trailokya Rajyasya, of 3 worlds. I told you 3 worlds is Swaha, Bhu and Adholoka. Matlab Urdhvaloka, Swargaloka means it's Swargaloka as I say. Swargaloka, Bhumi Loka and Adholoka. The 3 lokas we talk about. That is why it is called 3 lokas. Actually there are more lokas. But when we talk about lokas, I have to tell you that there are 7 lokas starting from Prithvi to up. Swarga is third or fourth loka. Above Swargaloka is Brahmaloka, which is Brahmaloka's part is Vaikunt Loka and Shiva Loka and other Loka. So up to Swargaloka, I am telling you because it's come up here, so I am explaining you here. Up to Swargaloka, person has to return back. Chine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. The moment your Punya is over, you have to come down. Even if he's gone after a battle, or after dying in a battle, he will have to come back when his Punya gets over. Till the time your Punya is like, I'll use this word. It's like a visitor visa. Let me use it. This is very easy for me to explain these days. It's not permanent residency, by the way. But lokas above Swargaloka, which is Brahmaloka and Shiva Loka and all what lokas we call, they are also temporary lokas, but you don't have to come back in this kalpa. In this time of creation, you don't have to come back. You can stay there till the time all yugas get over, next kalpa come, till the time all the yugas get over, or again Satyuga comes, Satyuga, then Dwapar, then Treta, then Dwapar, or Kalyug. Till the time all the yugas, the whole Kalpa ends. Till that time, till Brahmaji's life is there, the person, the Jiva stays there in Brahmaloka. But, you need to remember one thing. In Brahmaloka also, Bhagwan, either Brahmaji or Vishnuji or somebody will be running a class like this, Bhagavad Gita. He will be teaching like this. You have to realize there to realize the self. Otherwise, in the next Kalpa, when the creation comes back, you will have to come back. So it is also not permanent that way. You may get a permanent residency there. Till the time Brahmaji is alive, till the time the Loka is there, you may live there. But you will have to come back after many Kalpas, you will have to come back here. So that's how Brahmaloka is defined. But once you achieve the self, then you become the self of all, nothing, no return at all. So that is why he uses the word Trailokya. He is not using a Loka above Swargaloka at all. Because only 3 Lokas you have to win. Brahmaloka you cannot win and reach there. For reaching Swargaloka in those times, if you defeat Indra, you can win over Swargaloka and then you can take the kingship of Swargaloka. There are many people who have done that. I will not come to that detail. There is discussion somewhere else also. So apparently you will see those lokas are there. So he mentioned only Trailokya. Bhagwan, even if you give me the kingship of lordship of all these 3 lokas, still, heto kim nu mahikrite. If 3 loka is nothing for me, then you think for this Hastinapur and this Prithvi, I am going to fight this battle. Kim nu mahi krite. For this world, I am going to fight the battle. I don't desire 3 lokas, the kingship and lordship of 3 lokas. What to talk about just Hastinapur and Prithvi? Bhagwan, look for somebody else. I will not fight this war. That's what Arjuna concludes here in the 35th shloka. I'll start the 36th, but I will take it in the next class. He says, Nihatya dharta rashtrannah का प्रीतित स्या जनार्दन पापमेवाद आश्रयदस्मान हत्वैताना atatainah. Now, why I picked up this shloka is that I'll stop at one point. I will explain the shloka next time. He says, even if Dhritarashtra ke putra, by killing them, I am not going to achieve anything, Bhagwan. What use is killing them? I am, killing our own relatives. Papam eva ashrayed asman. We will all be taking refuge in sin if we end up doing that. I will explain the definition of sin in the next class. There's a small definition which a sin is given. Anyway, I'll use the word atataina here. But remember, by this it means his attention, Arjuna's attention may have suddenly gone from Bhishma and Drona to Dhritarashtra, means Kauravas. That's why he used the word Atatainaha for Dhartarashtra, for Dhritarashtra's son. Atataina means, I told you in the beginning of the session that, we are quite rich in our scriptures. We have 27 smritis. One such smriti's name is Manu Smriti. It's very popularly, these days it's very popularly quoted. It was not quoted for a very long period. Now they've started quoted. Please remember, it's the best document for Dharma Shastra. What is the dharma of a human? How a king should live? What are the duties of a king? How a husband should live? How a wife should live? How children should live? It's a comprehensive document of the whole creation. And because Swayambhu Manu is the firstborn human. I'm not saying firstborn Jiva. See, okay, I'll take 2 minutes more before concluding this session. Sanatan Dharma, the firstborn, first Jiva is Brahmaji. That's why you will see we don't have temples of Brahmaji. We have Vishnu and Shiva. Because Vishnu and Shiva are not Jiva. Vishnu and Shiva are Sakshat Bhagwan, the self which has taken manifestation for protecting this creation. Vishnu and Shiva are like 2 sides of the same coin. They have different roles. Then who is Brahmaji? That's why our Rishi Munis have very sweetly described this, that from the Nabhi Kamala, from the lotus which is in the Nabhi, which is in the Nabhi of Vishnuji, is born Brahmaji. Brahmaji came from the Ram. That means Brahmaji is born out of Vishnuji. Okay, you have to understand how Sanatan Dharma functions. Dekho, many people may say many derogatory things. I don't care. I, give a heed to them. They don't even know. They talk nonsense. By not knowing things, they can say whatever they want to say. But that doesn't make Sanatan Dharma like that. So that's why there is a name for Brahmaji called Prathamaj. That's the name of Brahmaji. Firstborn. So Brahmaji is also a Jiva in Sanatan Dharma. But imagine the kind of sadhana he must have done to become Brahmaji. He's reached the top of that whole thing, and from him the whole creation comes. And Brahmaji's life is 100 years. 100 years, not our 100 years. 100 years means many kalpas will go. Brahmaji's half day, 4 yugas come and go. The whole of Satya, whole of Treta, whole of Dwapar, whole of Satya in half day of Brahmaji. In the half day when he takes nap, that's when the whole prapanch, whole creation goes into avyakt avastha or goes into pralay. That's the half day of Brahmaji. When he takes a nap for few hours. It's called temporary pralay, by the way. When then Brahmaji wakes up, the whole creation comes back. It's a very mind-boggling calculation. I don't want to confuse the class here, but you just pick the gist what I'm trying to pick here. So it says, Brahmaji is the Prathamaj. From Brahmaji, the first human, not first Jiva who came from Brahmaji. First Jiva who came from Brahmaji is Sanak, Sanandan, Sanakadi. Those 4 or Maharshis who are described in Bhagavad. Then came Prajapatis. Prajapatis came. Then, it is split into 2 kind of different dharma. Pravritti dharma and nivritti dharma. Amma is nodding the head because she has read that in quite detail. I have taken in quite detail in the class. I have spent 4 months explaining that. The whole thing. 4 months. All 4 classes a week. In explaining only these things because it gives you clarity. But it's what Shankaracharyaji's Bhashya has given. So, from Brahmaji came Swayambhu Manu first. From Brahmaji came Sanak Sanandaradin first. Then Prajapati. From Prajapati came Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu is the first Jeev according to us. Since Swayambhu Manu is the first Jeev who came on earth, because rest all the people were staying in different planets and universe, the Prajapatis and the Sanak Sanandaradin and all, they don't need place to live. That's why for Swayambhu Manu, Bhagwan picked up the earth in the Varaha avatar and placed it, and then Swayambhu Manu started living on the earth. Since he was the first being, Bhagwan explained him everything about the creation. That's why he wrote the Dharma Shastra Granth for the whole creation, what a man should follow so that he is able to live peacefully also, manage this life and reach the final goal also. That is what the Dharma Shastra Granth is. In Dharma Shastra Granth, Atataina is explained very well. I'm only coming to Atataina and I'll end this session. Atataina is defined as 6 people, 6 kind of people who do these 6 kind of actions. They are called Atatainas. The first one who burns a well-developed crop. जो फसल को आग लगा दे. First person is that. He is called Atatain. The second one, which is called as, for Atatain, is that one who possesses weapons with an intention to hurt others. See, I'll tell you one thing very strongly. The moment I finish this definition of Atatain, you may start seeing everybody's Atatain around. Because I don't know who qualifies this and who not. So you will start finding that. So don't come to that point. I'm just trying to explain the Dharma Shastra here. The second person is the one who possesses a weapon with an intention to hurt others. The third person is one who forcefully takes somebody else's wealth. The third person forcefully takes over or snatches away or takes away whatever wealth. Third condition. Fourth condition is one who forcefully takes away others' property. Wealth is only dhan I'm talking about there. Property is in land. I'm talking about the physical property. That's the fourth person. Fifth person, did I explain 4 or 4? No? The fifth person is the one who takes away somebody else's wife or husband. That's how it is defined. I'm saying because it's for both gender. That's why it's called the fourth kind of a person. The fifth person, sorry. The sixth one, who's called Atatain, is that who puts or poisons someone. Poisons someone or puts poison in somebody's food. Either ways you can take it. These are the 6 people who have been called who the moment they do these things, they are called Atatains. The reason why I picked up Dharma Shastra Granth here, Atatains are explained at one more place. When Bali got shot by Rama, Bali asked Rama, I had no enmity towards you. I did not do anything wrong towards you. Why did you kill me? So he said, because you snatched Sugriva's wife, you fall under the category of Atatain. See, that's one place where the Atatain comes. So I can, tie back to different scriptures and talk about that. Anyway, so Atatains, it said, killing an Atatain, you do not inherit any kind of sin. It's very clear in scripture. Killing an Atatain, you don't acquire any sin. Actually, I'll tell you one thing very honestly. This is a point which actually legal fraternity should take. Legal fraternity should take when deciding their own judgments. I do not know what legal things is based on, but I'm only trying to explain you Atataina. He is going to say that, Dharta Rashtra, Dhritarashtra, Putra are all Atatain only. He'll say himself, but I am not desirous to kill him. You are yourself saying they're Atatain. So scripture gives you injunction to kill them. But he's moving away because he's in the mode of running away from the thing. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaeti samarpayami Shriman Narayanaeti samarpayami Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tat Sat